Want to predict what's going to happen next in your business, like forecasting sales or customer demand, that's where regression analysis comes in. Let's break it down step by step using simple language and real world examples. At its core, regression analysis is about understanding the relationship between two or more variables. It helps us answer questions like, how does an increase in one variable affect another? Can I predict sales based on my marketing spend? Let's look at a very simple example. You're a business owner and you want to understand how your advertising budget affects your sales. To do that, you collect data: how much you spent on ads, and how many products you sold for each campaign. In regression, we are trying to draw a line through this data, literally a line of best fits that shows the overall trend. Now, there are different types of regression. The simple linear regression, which is the most basic form, where you're analyzing the relationship between just two variables, for example, advertising spend and sales. Multiple regression goes one step forward instead of just two variables. You look at multiple factors that could influence an outcome. For example, sales could be impacted by advertising spend, the price of the product, and even the season of the year. Let's dive into a simple linear regression example. Imagine you own a small business and you want to predict how much your sales will increase if you increase your ad spend. You gather data over the last few months. For month one, you spent 1,000 on ads and made $10,000 in sales. For month two, you spent $2,000 and made $15,000, and so on. You plot this data on a graph and you will see that your ad spend increases. So does your sales. By fitting a line through this data, regression helps you draw a conclusion. For every additional dollar you spend on ads, you can expect a certain increase in sales. For example, the equation of this line might look like this: sales equals to 5,000 plus 5 times the your money you spend on ads. What this equation is telling you is that no matter what, you start with 5,000 in sales, that is your base. And for every dollar spent on ads, you get an additional $5 in sales. This is the slope of the line. So, how do we interpret this result? The intercept is where the line crosses the y-axis. Basically, your sales when no money is spent on advertising. In our case, it's 5,000. The slope tells us how much sales will increase for every extra dollar you spend. So if you spend $1,000 more on ads, your sales will increase by $5,000. 1,000 times 5. Simple, right? Now let's move to multiple regression. When we talk about multiple regression, we are looking at more than just one factor. Let's say you want to consider the price of the product and the seasonality. Is it a holiday season or not when predicting sales? In this case, regression helps you figure out the combined effect of all these factors. You might have an equation that looks like this: sales equals to 3,000 plus 10 times ad spend minus 2 times price plus 500 times season. Now we have multiple variables in our equation, and the interpretation works the same way, but on a more complex level. For every dollar spent on ads, sales increase by $10. For every dollar increase in price, sales decrease by $2. During the holiday season, sales get an extra 500 boost. So why is regression so powerful in analytics? It helps you predict the future. Regression helps you forecast outcomes. For example, you can predict sales next quarter if you know how much you plan to spend on ads. It also helps you optimize strategies. By understanding how different factors affect your business, you can make more informed decisions. Want to know the most effective price point for your product? Use regression. It also helps you identify key drivers. It helps you pinpoint the most important variables driving your business. Is it advertising, the price, seasonality? Regression shows you what matters most. Now, let's talk about real world applications. In e commerce, you can use regression to forecast demand based on marketing campaigns. In finance, it is used to predict stock prices or interest rates based on multiple factors. And in healthcare, regression helps predict patient outcomes based on treatment and lifestyle factors. To wrap it up, regression is your go to method for predicting future trends and understanding relationships between different variables. Simple linear regression helps with one factor, and multiple regression helps you consider many factors at once. Use regression to make smarter decisions, from forecasting sales to optimizing marketing strategies. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about how to use regression and other analytics tools, make sure to hit that subscribe button, like, and leave a comment with your questions below. See you in the next video where we'll dive into hypothesis testing.